Hello everyone. Okay, it is Sunday, and I just finished Behind the Throne by KB Wagers. Oh my god, this took me a while to get through because I was reading a ton of other things, but this was so good. So good. Like, I had some reservations at the beginning because the writing style seemed a little bit tropey and clunky towards the beginning. But man, it came through. Oh my god, in the second half especially, shit just got crazy. There was a fantastic third act in here. So the story is about a woman who's almost 40. Her name is Hale, or Halimi, and she gets dragged back into this royal family. She was the middle daughter, and she ran away when she was like 18, 19, for reasons that become clear later. She was never the heir to the throne, so she felt fine just dipping out and doing her own thing. She really struggled with the being stuck in such a claustrophobic sort of role that she was expected to fill. Anyways, so it's been 20 years since she ran away. She gets pulled back because her two sisters are dead and her mother is ill, and she has to come, step up and be the heir to the throne. And she gets there and things are worse than they even sounded before, and she has to investigate and figure out who's plotting against her, and turns out her mother's not ill. There are more sinister things happening. She has to figure that out, and then constantly she's getting attacked and attempted assassinations. And the only people she can trust are these two bodyguards that were sent to come get her. Her sisters sent them to fetch her. And that was one thing that it'll be interesting to see if that ever gets fleshed out a little bit about their motivations, the two bodyguards, because right now it's just being played off as they're just loyal servants to the crown. But they're literally the only two people that Hale can trust. And she would not be alive without these two bodyguards. So I don't know if that's just the story needed someone who already knew the political system to kind of guide her through this, and the story would have fallen apart without a character like that. I don't know. I struggled with it for the first half, but eventually I just accepted that this is the way it is, and it's fine. Like, I like the two bodyguards. I like the dynamic. I don't know. This was just so great. By the end of it, the final, action of the, when everything starts to get uncovered and revealed, and the people that are plotting to get her throne make their desperate final maneuvers, I guess. I'm trying not to spoil anything because I do think this was really good. But it got intense and it was good. So yes, I am definitely going to move forward with book 2. I hope that book 2 deals more with dismantling a lot of the prejudices and sexism in this world. So this is a monarchy, and it's a oh my god, what's the word? Is it, yeah, it's monarchy, right? When women are in charge. Matriarchy, that's what I'm looking for. So it's a matriarchy, and the whole society is very skewed towards women are the ones in power. They're the ones that are taken seriously. Men are like house husbands or second-class citizens, basically. And our main character, Hale, said towards the beginning of the book that that was part of the reason she didn't want to go back. She hated the system. But then, like, once she was back, she kind of fell into expected traditional roles of suspecting men of treachery where she didn't necessarily always suspect women of it. There was... I mean, I think it was well done by the author, but I do hope that it is questioned later. And there was one point where the bodyguard even, you know, called her on it and was like, are you just being sexist right now? And she stopped and she had to think about it. And she's like, I don't think so. But I hope it does get questioned more in book 2, because I do think there's a lot to say about... you know, being raised in a certain way and having to deprogram your way of thinking, you know, having to do the work, and so good. And then also, like, the country is now on the brink of war, and this is the society that there was that kind of reversed racism. I guess it's just racism, but it's like, you know, the people who came from like the India area of old Earth, because this is, you know, in the future on different planets, and then the people that came from like old Russia, and those two systems, it's like a large group of planets that are all in one kingdom, empire. Anyways, these two empires are on the verge of war, and race definitely comes into it a lot, and there's a lot of prejudice. So that's probably going to be very prevalent in book 2 also. I just can't wait. Can't wait. I do think I know endgame where this is going to go, because like I said, it is very tropey. So if you see that there's a princess here who's unwed, she's now an empress, and you see that there is a king over here who is unwed, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get together at some point. But that being said, I am so happy that there was no romance in this. None at all. The love interest was an established relationship for like 20 years before the book even opens. That character is dead. He got fridged. She got swept up into this adventure. She is not interested in a relationship at all. There's no weird tension at all. The two bodyguards that I guess she's like the closest, the two men that she's the closest with, are in a relationship with each other. So there's no conflict of like, there's no like weird romantic tension or anything, which was so refreshing. Anyways, this was just so good. Anyways, I'm sort of obsessed now, and I need to get the next one. I don't know what the next one's called. What is it called? Behind the Throne? No, this is Behind the Throne. So what is the sequel? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. It just says, look out for the sequel coming in 2016. So, anyways. So that was a wonderful book. And what am I gonna do next? It's almost the end of the month, and I have a huge, wonderful, wonderful Pride TBR that I am looking forward to getting to. I'm hoping to read all the non-binary and trans books I possibly can coming up, but I do have a couple more days left, and I'm thinking about starting Madam by, who was that? I just saw it on Instagram, gorgeous cover, and then I looked it up, and it is a dark gothic school, like slightly creepy, dark academia, like all girls school. I don't know, it just sounds so good. I'm hoping it's like Catherine House, but I don't know. I don't know. And that has minor LGBT rep somewhere. It's not very clear, so I'm assuming it's like very minor. So if that bleeds into June, into Pride Month, that's okay, right? I don't know. I think I'm gonna do that one next. I'm gonna start that. But today, it is a beautiful day. I'm not sure if you can see. Get my face out of the way. Anyways, we're gonna go to a barbecue at my father's house. And maybe the kids can ride horses. I don't know. Maybe. That'd be fun. So that is what we're up to today. Okay, today is Monday, and this is my check-in. I started 2 audiobooks today. One was Madam, which is like a dark gothic, dark academia, set at a all-girls boarding school situation. And that ticks a lot of my boxes that I usually love, but for some reason I'm having trouble getting into this. So I listened to the first couple of chapters and I'm just like, meh about it. And then I started Cemetery Boys, which I am loving everything about it. It's by Aiden Thomas, it has a trans main character. It's beautiful, and I am going to keep on loving on that, and I don't even know if I'm gonna keep going with Madam. I might just DNF that one. I didn't even mark it as to I did not even mark it as currently reading on Goodreads. Phoebe Wynn is the author of that, Madam, by Phoebe Wynn. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it another shot, but the first couple of chapters didn't really hook me. It was about a new teacher getting ready to set off to go work at this boarding school, and she's running away from like an over-controlling mother, and she's fairly young and is looking for independence, and so is running away to this boarding school to go teach. And it seems very like everyone she's meeting on the train and everything as she's, you know, trying to get there is giving her the impression that you know, things aren't exactly great at the school. Anyways, so I don't know. I feel like I would like it a lot more if I was physically reading it instead of audio. I do have a problem sometimes with certain narrators, so that could be the issue. But I don't have access right now to a physical copy of it, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just DNF it. But Cemetery Boys is going great, so I'm gonna keep chugging along on that. I only have like 2 possible physical books like in my collection that I might read this month for Pride. I mean, tomorrow's June 1st, but so I have Dorian Gray, The Picture of Dorian Gray, and Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe or something like that. And I think one's, you know, got a gay main character and one's got a lesbian couple. They're right here. But I was really hoping to read mostly trans books and non-binary, books. So I don't know if I'm going to get to those. I did order the sequel to Behind the Throne, and that has a non-binary author. So I think that kind of counts. So that should be here. The sequel should be here in a couple of days. So I'm probably, I just loved that first one so much. I'm probably going to jump right in. Anyways, that's my check-in. I am going to, it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Memorial Day. I'm probably just gonna take it easy for the rest of the day. We did a bunch of chores and errands and yard work and stuff like that, so I'm just gonna sit back and relax. And yeah, the barbecue yesterday was great. We sat around drinking beer and shit talking with my dad's new wife, talking about all of the family drama that my dad refuses to talk about. And it was just lovely. It was just lovely. So, yeah. So I was informed that my assistance would probably be needed helping out the family later this week, which is great. It actually is really nice. It sounds like my cousin is trying to help my grandmother move, and none of the rest of the family's helping. So I reached out and I offered my services. You know, I'm like, I would love to help. Please let me help. So I think here in a few days we're going to be going and helping out in whatever way necessary. I think we're going to be doing a lot of gardening because Grandma has lived in the same house for 45 years and wants to take a lot of her plants and flowers and things with her. Totally understandable. It just means that now we have to build garden beds and flower beds and then transplant her garden. So that's what we're going to be doing in a few days. Yeah, so just gonna chill for now. Hello, it is June 1st, which is a Tuesday, and I am having a Slurpee from 7-Eleven because we could not find a 7-Eleven in Missouri. Apparently, well, we lived in the middle of a cornfield, so that's not that surprising, but our youngest has been talking about Slurpees for over a year now. So we left the house intending to go to the park because it looks beautiful outside, but we stepped outside and realized we are far too used to central air and it is almost 100 degrees outside, so we did not want to go sit in the sun at the park. So we just got Slurpees instead. And that was our outing for the day. Yay, COVID. But I wanted to do a reading update. I have not read any more of Cemetery Boys today, but I did start a new book called No Man of Woman Born by Anna Mardal. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anna? Maybe it's Anna, or not Anna. I don't know. Anna Mardal? Anyways, this is an anthology collection about trans or non-binary main characters kind of swooping in to answer the hero's call in these like fantasy retellings, I guess, which is an awesome premise. I'm very excited. It has amazing reviews. And I am loving it so far. I'm in the middle of the first story, and I can't tell quite what story it is, but it is one where a village has to sacrifice children every year to feed the monster. So like that sounds very familiar. I just can't pinpoint exactly which fairy tale that is. But our main character is non-binary and uses, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's the XER, XER, I don't know, pronouns. But I'm loving it so far. It's beautifully written, and I am very excited to keep chugging along on this story collection. So yay. All right, I finally put my bookshelves together. It's been a long time. We've been here for weeks, but I'm really, really happy about how it came out. I've got my rainbow shelf, I've got my black and white shelf, I've got my just random shelf. Well, it's not as random. It's like brown and yellow and gold into silver. That's like the only silvery one I have. And then my Star Wars books, and then this one's just random, just everything else that doesn't fit. And I still have another shelf completely empty, so I have space for more books, which is awesome because I ordered myself a book, which is the sequel to Behind the Throne. You can't see it, it doesn't matter. It should be here in a day or two. I'm so excited. Yes. Knocking books off the shelf. Anyways, Erin is reading Percy Jackson to the kids, and I'm gonna sit down and hopefully finish the first short story in No Men of Women Born, or something to that effect, because I'm very excited to see what happens and who gets sacrificed to the monster, and if they defeat the monster. Yes, I think the main character's name is Ren, and I think Ren is gonna defeat the monster. Yes. Oh my god. Okay, so I finished the first short story in this collection, No Man of Woman Born, and I feel like crying. This was so beautiful. This was pure non-binary joy, absolutely. This was a story of a village being held hostage by a dragon, and there was a prophecy that no man, no woman, no child could ever defeat this dragon, could ever kill this dragon. And our main character is non-binary, not a man, not a woman, not a child, and saves the village. Oh my god, it was just so amazing. So anyways, I am working on I'm crocheting it's going to be a rainbow blanket. Obviously, it's still just red. We went to Dough Hook Bake Shop for National Donut Day. I'm so excited because the dough is vegan and they can build them vegan or non-vegan. So I got 2 vegan donuts, and the family picked out their non-vegan donuts, and they just look so good. Yum! Hello, it is Friday. I'm not sure. I think it's been a few days since I've updated. I have not been having enough time to do reading the last few days, but I have been helping my grandmother move and out of the house that she's lived in for the last 50 years. And it feels really good to know that she is, you know, now settling into her new house. And that was a big project, but yeah, that's good. So that's mostly over. We're gonna do some yard work for her this weekend to try and transplant some of her favorite flowers over from the old house to the new house. But other than that, all of her stuff is there, so that's good. Yeah, so I have not been reading. I have a billion books I want to read, but there are other things, like I have to get a job. I've been looking and applying. I'm working on getting my certifications for certain things, just everything updated, and you know, interviewing and stuff. So all of that is definitely taking precedent. And then grandma obviously needed me, and so yeah, I'm not sure how much reading I'm gonna get done this weekend, unfortunately. Even this whole month, maybe? I don't know, because this weekend's gonna be really full. I'm going to need to do some editing for these vlogs, and we're having a barbecue tomorrow, which should be lovely. And then Sunday helping grandma again, so yeah. But hopefully my book will get here in a couple of days. I ordered the sequel to Behind the Throne, and it should be here in the next couple of days. I'm very excited, but yeah, again, I don't know when I'm gonna have time to read it. Hopefully soon. Today is National Donut Day, and our youngest has been looking forward to this all week long. So we found this awesome bakery that had they have vegan dough, and then they can put the toppings on either vegan or non-vegan, depending on what you want. And that was fantastic. So we went and we got a half a dozen fresh, like still warm, delicious donuts. So good. Best donuts I've had in a very long time. So that was awesome. And what else? I ordered some non-alcoholic craft beer online today. I'm really excited. I can't wait for those to get here. And because I am getting too old to be able to drink real beer, but I love the taste of it. So yeah, I'm excited to try that. Anyways, that's my life basically. I'm sitting right in front of my computer at my desk, working on my certifications, and I updated my resume and stuff, and just just working. But I'm having a really good time. I feel mentally so much better than I have in a long time because of COVID and everything. Being around our family again, being able to go out and enjoy nature. We went to the beach last weekend. We were gonna go to the beach again this weekend, but it's going to rain over there, so we're not gonna do that. We're gonna barbecue here because there's not supposed to be rain this weekend here. Yeah. All right, quick update on my reading. I am now in the corner and it looks fantastic. So reading update, I have not read any more of Cemetery Boys or No Men of Women Born because those are both audiobooks and I haven't had a chance to really get to them. But I did start reading Upright Women Wanted by Sarah Gailey. And this is a book I bought for a friend a couple of years ago, and I was like, hey, once you're done reading it, I'd like to borrow it and we can talk about it. And for some reason, one reason or the other, that didn't happen, but I'm borrowing it now and I am a third of the way through. This is a Western post-apocalyptic dystopian about like gunslinging librarians, like queer librarians who they find their freedom from the oppressive society by being these librarians who get to travel around and just be out of the public eye for a large portion of their life. And so they're free to be, with who they want to love or who they are, when they're just with themselves. And this is a non-binary author, and there's a ton of lesbian and there's a non-binary character in here. So anyways, it's so here's the thing. It's not the best written, but I have noticed with the last couple of books that I've been reading, or at least that one and Behind the Throne, these books, even though they're not like literary fiction and like the most beautiful purple prose and turns of phrases, they are so much more creative than a lot of the books I've, just grown accustomed to just reading the popular books that, everyone's talking about or whatever. But these ideas are, who would think about writing a Western lesbian post-apocalyptic dystopian? It's creative and it's funky and I love it. That being said, the writing's not wonderful, but I'm very excited. I'm enjoying that. Also, I ordered myself some pronoun pins. I'm very excited about that. If I can remember, I will link the Etsy shop underneath, and I'll show them off when they get here. I'm very excited about these ones because I found a shop that will completely customize the pin and put your preferred name and your preferred pronoun, and you can choose which flag you want as the background. And I'm just super excited that I hope they get here soon. But it is Pride Month, so it might take a little while. Anyways, it's Saturday. It was raining at the beach, so we decided to have a barbecue instead. And so I see my friends pulling up right now. So I'm gonna go and we're gonna eat and drink beer and hang out and yeah, have a wonderful Saturday. So I'll check in more later.